shock horror. Meg frightened to death as Yankee Wally vows to debunk all her creepiest lies. Matthew Steeples slams the vindictive campaign against YouTube sensation Sadie Quinlan, known as Yankee Wally by the mendacious Sussex Squad groupies led by PR peddlers Omid, Scobie and Bouzy, and helped along by a bashful BuzzFeed News busybody named Ellie Hall. The Duchess of Sussex has an inconvenient past she'd most certainly rather forget. Her nemesis Sadie Quinlan, aka Yankee Wally, has just such too. Whilst witty Welsh warbler Quinlan served her time and has openly admitted her prior indiscretions, the mendacious minx that is the former Meghan Markle has most certainly never been open, for example, about her supposed past relationship with a gay porn actor known as Dirt Nasty. She was also forced to apologise to the appeal court in London in November 2021 and has been called out for being a bully allegedly also. Now, after a busybody Washington, D.C. based senior reporter for BuzzFeed News named Ellie Hall last week produced a somewhat lackluster article linking the Duchess of Sussex's half-sister Samantha Markle to Sadie Quinlan, the latter's YouTube Yankee Wally channel has been closed. It was done so after the snitch on her sources Hall sent her so-called evidence to the social media video-sharing medium and thereby proved herself not to be a reportage writer but instead a troll-like campaigner. According to Joker Not a Journo Hall, a clearly woke spokesman for YouTube named Jack Mallon told her, upon review, "We have terminated the Yankee Wally channel for repeated violations of our harassment policy, which prohibits content targeting individuals based on intrinsic attributes. We enforce this policy equally for everyone, and channels that repeatedly violate or are dedicated to violative content are terminated." Responding, Matthew Steeples of the Steeple Times commented, "Whilst the opinions of Sadie Quinlan might not to be everyone's taste, she is as entitled to her views as much as anyone else. Just like with the case of Sean Atwood, whose YouTube account has also been removed on occasions, the process by which such occurs is clearly beyond strangely and stupidly regulated. Whilst YouTube is entitled to control its domain in whatever manner it chooses, the fact that a Welsh woman is cancelled for simply discussing a topic clearly of interest to her nigh on 50,000 followers seems ludicrous in the extreme. Ms. Quinlan, to me, seems as dangerous as a chocolate teapot, whilst those campaigning against her, headed by PR peddlers Omid, Scobie and Bouzy, are the true villains of this piece." Elsewhere on Friday, the Daily Express reported that after the Daily Mail diarist Richard Eden shared news that he had contracted coronavirus, a clear Sussex Squad supporter with the handle @Royals_Sussex trolled him with a meme featuring the reprehensibly vindictive words, "If he dies, he dies." In other news, Meghan Markle is set to host her own podcast on Spotify, which will be only the second project the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have released since signing with the streaming platform. Since signing with streaming giant Spotify in 2020, the royal couple have released only one podcast on December 29, 2020, which caused backlash over the lack of content. The debut podcast featured a glamorous lineup including Elton John, Tyler Perry, Stacey Abrams and James Corden and even baby Archie. The holiday special also featured Jose Andres, Brené Brown, Deepak Chopra, and Naomi Osaka. Since then, Archul has hired Rebecca Sarnaans, formerly the lead producer for Vox Media and New York Magazine's Pivot podcast, as the studio's head of audio. Producer Ben Browning also joined last year as head of content for both Archul Audio and Archul Productions. The Duke and Duchess production company Archul Audio announced the partnership, which was estimated to be worth $33 million, in 2020 with the goal to build community through shared experience, narratives and values. Harry and Meghan said in a joint statement at the time they wished to use their platform to connect with others during the COVID pandemic. They wrote, "What we love about podcasting is that it reminds all of us to take a moment and to really listen, to connect to one another without distraction. With the challenges of 2020, there has never been a more important time to do so, because when we hear each other, and hear each other's stories, we are reminded of how interconnected we all are. However, former actress Meghan Markle is returning to work with Spotify as a spokesperson from Archul Audio confirmed to People magazine that her new series will launch this summer. The announcement comes after many musicians began leaving Spotify in January as a protest of Joe Rogan's podcast, which was accused of spreading COVID misinformation. Harry and Meghan were among celebrities speaking out, and through an Archul Foundation spokesperson said they had expressed concerns to Spotify about its policies.